Hello and welcome to a new video. Today we're going to take a look at another spin the wheel challenge, and today we're going to have all the possible starters for the Open Great League, and yes, I built them all, even the really bad ones, so going to be a fun one, hopefully also a fast one. I know that a lot of people say it's a little bit too slow, so we hopefully can speed it up. And of course the first one for today going to be Ember. Ember is one of the worst possible Pokemon. Let's see what we're also gonna get. Swampert, that's going to be very nice, and also a good core together. The third one going to be not Ember again, because I cannot use 2 times the same Pokemon. But let's see, the Decidueye, so that's going to be interesting. So that's going to be an interesting one. Let's take a look at the battle. And we were able to find the first opponent here. Let's see what they're going to run. Of course, all of those are live. I saw always a lot of comments where like, where like people were like, oh, why is it so slow? This is just the normal pace of the game. That's the game that you always play as well. And they swap immediately into their Dugong. Why would they do this? They had the best lead possible. By the way, we're currently on a 17-game win streak prior to this one, so I hope I don't lose the win streak. But the likelihood that we are losing this win streak is kind of high, I would say. So yeah, I'm on a 17-game win streak. Also, going to be most likely a video very soon then as well on the channel, so if you haven't subscribed yet, feel free to do that. If you want to check out the team that I use to get a 15-game win streak right now, which most likely going to be even more after I played the game again, or like played the team again. But here we sadly just miss out on the KO, but honestly for me it's worth to use a shield here, because I'm going to be able to, yes, I'm going to get debuffed here, but I'm going to be able to realign my Pokemon, and this is the main important thing here for me, because the matchup in Elite is not really the best one, but they can go for the full farm down here. Please let me go to another, I don't get to another charge move here. Our Ember has Ember, which does make sense, but also has of course the Community Day move Blast Burn plus a Rock Slide. So I just have to hope that I'm going to be able to survive a Sludge Bomb, and I'm not sure. Ember is horrific. Let's see if we can do something here. Sludge Bomb is coming through. We can still survive. They are deciding to stay in, allowing me to even go for the full farm down. They're going to have the Lantern. This good. Nah, they have the water gun though. I think the water gun is going to be a little bit too much. I think they also most likely have another move start. My only play here is I think I have to try to bait the opponent, because I think that is my only play of winning this game. But even then, I think it might be a tie or something. Like, honestly, we have to go for it, right? Like, we just have to go for the Hydro Cannon. I could even no-bubble this. If this is not gonna get shielded, it does not matter anyway. So I'm just gonna not throw any bubble. They're going to shield, so maybe we can still get a tie or something. We're going to be able to get a move off. Maybe we actually still get a tie, even though we get kinda completely walled throughout the game. Let's take a look at this one. We can try, please, one match shot. Of course, one wind up going to knock me out. No, they have a move start, and this would have not knocked them out anyway. I thought they would be a little bit lower, but this is going to be fine. We're gonna get knocked out by the Venusaur, but let's take a look at the next game now. And also, let's spin for the next team first. Which I forgot to say as well, those Pokemon that we just used are not going to be eligible anymore, so we decide to just remove them from this grid here. It's going to be the first one going to be Quaquaval, which you're going to have to play now. Gonna remove them immediately. So Quaquaval. Next one going to be the Torterra. And the final one going to be the, let's take a look at this, it's going to be the Meganium. So Torterra, Quaquaval, and Meganium. Okay, we found our opponent. Hopefully you're going to be able to rock them with some starter Pokemon here, but it's going to be a tough one. But at least, again, it's kind of a decent core. Like, this is the cool thing about starter Pokemon. They always kind of have a decent core together. This is basically one of the worst possible Pokemon to encounter, but at least I'm going to encounter them in the lead, and I can swap out now into my Meganium, which is going to be nice, because Meganium at least going to have access to Frenzy Plant, which is going to do some neutral damage here. And if they decide to let this move go through, I might be even able to farm them all the way down. And so I'm not in the worst spot here. I hope that I get some shields, but I don't get a shield here, which is kind of annoying. And I feel like they might even be able to get me in a position where I have to shield, but I can't really shield. Foul play coming through. They're still gonna get to another one here. I don't want to. The thing is, if I shield here, the opponent just gonna go back into their sand slash and farm me down from this range. And I don't think there's a reason for me to shield here, so I'd rather go for my Quaquaval and hope that they're just going to be weak against me in the back. But we have to see that, of course. Let's see what they're going to run in the back. It's going to be a little bit of a trickier one here, for sure. We're going to have Razor Leaf, of course, on our Torterra, but let's see what the opponent is going to bring in. It's going to be the Venusaur. This is actually decent for me, because I can't really deal with this Pokemon, with my Pokemon in the back. So maybe there's still a chance here. We will find out shortly, I would say. As we can hit this Aerial Ace, the opponent going to let this move go through. And I should just be able to go for the full farm down. But what am I going to do then is the question here. Because the opponent going to swap out most likely here, I would imagine. Yep. 1, 2, they have powders. No, that's bad. Can go for one charge with here. I don't think they know really my energy, so I might even just try to go for my next arrowed ace immediately. Because like there was like so much interaction already that they don't really know my energy. And I wanted to hope for a CMP tie, which sadly did not work out at all for me. So my only play is now to hope that I can still die. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here. Like, honestly, I can just literally give up at this point. I had to hope that they decide to shield this move up, because otherwise there was nothing really I can do. Ice Punch going to knock me out. And so the second team also did not really work out that well. Let's see if I actually would have been able to reach another close combat here if the opponent decided to shield, so maybe I should have tried to risk the actual CMP tie, who knows, but we can move on into the next game. I actually still get a knockout here, that's kind of funny, but it's not going to be enough. So let's spin the wheel for the next game. Incineroar going to be one of the Pokemon that we're going to use. That's going to be a fun one. Delphox, double fire already. Are we gonna get triple fire with a Delphox Skeledirge? Yes, we are gonna get triple fire, so I see you then. This can only go wrong, right? So let's see how triple fire going to work. I bet first game going to be like here, water type Pokemon immediately. Sounds like a Lily, really. Where do you want to go today? I have to say that I don't have the ideal... Okay, that's a little bit awkward. That's Gliscor. Okay, they're most likely going to have Gligar in the back then as well. I don't have the ideal moveset on my... what's called Delphox. I used 35 charge TMs to get Mystical Fire. I was not able to do that. Like, honestly, I have no idea why. But Mystical Fire was not available for me. And it only has like 3-4 moves or whatever. Like, I was just never able to get the move. And I have no idea why, but it is a little bit annoying. But I can at least use a shield here. The opponent's going to, of course, go for another wing attack most likely. They're hopefully... I would imagine that they're going to have the Gligar in the back. Like, if you run the Gliscor, the likelihood of you having Gligar in the back is very high. But they're still going to be forced to use another charge move against me if they want to knock me out in time, because I will be able to still go ahead and go for... Okay. Gligar in the back. Let's find out together. No? What are they doing? I can now swap out into my Incineroar. Yes, we're going to have a weakness against the ground typing here, so I'm going to use a shield still, but double super effective fast move here coming through from me as well. They have a... But why did you not go into this one just now? But of course, I encounter a water type. Of course, the water types are fairly common right now, so like triple fire is not really the ideal one. But the cool thing about this challenge is, well, why are they even letting this move? The cool thing about this challenge is that as far as we go here, because we are removing the Pokemon that did not really perform for us, or like the Pokemon that we chose already, basically the likelihood of getting good Pokemon like Greninja, like Charizard, like even Blastoise, Venusaur, all of those Pokemon are pretty decent, is kinda nice for us. I forgot, by the way, to remove Meganium, which I just see. But yeah, we have our Delphox now. I don't think Delphox is going to be able to do anything here, especially as we don't have Mystical Fire. Especially because we also don't have a shield anymore, which I forgot. So yeah, water type plus ground type against a triple fire team is not really ideal, I would say. So yeah, we are just gonna move forward to the next team, I would say. Second to last team coming up. Let's see what we're going to get here. We're gonna get Empoleon, which is a little bit playable, but also not the greatest. We're gonna get Sceptile. Honestly, I get like literally the worst possible one so far. Empoleon I cannot take anyway, so I can even remove it here. And Infernape. Like, are you kidding me? Why do I get literally the worst possible ones? Okay, second to last game here. If you just check on the side, nearly all the Pokemon that are left are actually playable, other than Feraligatr maybe, and maybe Primarina and Neoscarada are a little bit tough, but the rest is actually kind of playable. So that's kind of great, right? Great that we have literally all the bad Pokemon, but I guess it's kind of part of the challenge, right? Like, otherwise it wouldn't be a challenge if you are not getting the Pokemon that are really a challenge to play. So here we're going to use a shield, of course, against the opponent's Drill Run. I have my Infernape in the back. I hope that they just swap out eventually, but I guess maybe they don't want to. I could actually decide to just go into my Infernape. It's double moved, it has the Fire Fast move, and I think I'm just gonna do this because this is gonna hurt quite a bit. And they're going to decide to stay in, and I can go for the knockout here, which is amazing, because now I have to not deal with this Pokemon at least, with the rest of my team. And if they are going to have something like a Lantern in the back, which of course they have, because this is still the Great League, I am going to be able to go for the CMP type with a close combat, but also I can align my Breaking Swipe variant of the Sceptile, which is going to be amazing. And I'm gonna get a ton of damage here, which is also going to be amazing. That's going to knock me out, it's going to be a Surf, they're going to be energy dry. And so I am not in the worst spot right now. I have to wait out the clock here, because if I don't wait out the clock, I might be stuck too much in the matchup later on with my Sceptile. And I expect something like a Medicham in the back, because it's still Great League that we are playing here. Let's see what it's going to be. Honestly, like, it's so predictable. But it's like literally always the same team. I hope that the meta shifts a little bit with the new season coming up. We don't have information towards that yet, but I can at least still catch a move here, and this is going to still keep me alive. It's still just barely keeping me alive, but we still have some super effective damage coming out here with my Drill Peck, as well as the opponent does less damage now, thanks to the debuff of my other move. So I don't think it's going to work, though. I don't think it's going to work, because the opponent is just going to have too much energy afterwards, and they can just go for an Ice Punch, and you know how frail the Sceptile is. Why? They could have just farmed me down. It's going to be an Ice Punch. Okay, thanks. You can get like 2 more counters in. But I need 1 more fast move to get to a charge move here. Are they... Maybe not. I think I still survive, though. It's going to be the Ice Punch. I still survive. Do they swap? They do swap. Can go for... I should have went for 1 more fast move here. This was a mistake. I need 1 more in... Unless I get the cool bug here, I'm not going to be able to. I get the bug! So I know, like, it's actually the intended behavior, but Sceptile is able to completely destroy now the meta team. Sceptile, the goat of the video. Honestly, literally impossible, but we were still able to win this. So move on to the final one today. At least we won 1 of them. First one going to be the Blastoise. I take this one for sure. The second one is going to be Greninja, my favorite Pokemon. So double water, please not triple water. I mean, the likelihood of getting triple water and triple fire in like 5 sets is so wild. And also look at the Pokemon that are still left. Venusaur, Charizard, Chestnut, Superior, even Blaziken are really good Pokemon, and I get like utter garbage. And of course we're gonna get immediately a Pokemon that destroys water type Pokemon, so it cannot get any better, right? At least we're going to be able to... I actually get to my move before them. Yes, I know it's going to be resisted, but still, I kind of just want to have the damage on them. Hydro Cannon, even though it is resisted, still gonna do a lot of damage here, as you're not going to see as the opponent decides to use a shield here. I will still use my own shield, and if they decide to stay in here, which I think they will, I swap out into my Greninja. So, I can go for another Hydro Cannon. It is going to be a little bit of a tough one, but I feel like it's good for people as well to see how to try to overcome those really bad matchups, as we're going to be able to get a shield and can swap out now. I am gonna get out, of course, the Medicham, because why would I not get harder walled every single game? Because that's the way it's gonna go here. I still maybe have a chance, but like, what do they have in the back? It's most likely not going to be a Lantern if they go into the Medicham here. Oh, mistakes been made, we will see very shortly, because Greninja is going to be the goat here again and destroying the opponent's Medicham. What could they have in the back? They need some answer for... maybe some fire... Nah, fire type would be a little too spicy for the people in the Great League right now, right? I don't know what they could have in the back. Maybe a lone Sandslash. I could see a lone Sandslash for sure. I will be able to use a shield here just in case, like I have to use a shield somewhere. Still have basically a shield in the back there with my other Pokemon, but again, we have to find out what they're going to run. They're so fast to the moves. This does around like 35%, which we're going to see now. Let's see. Of course. We're going to be able to go ahead and go for a shot. That's decent though. but I'm still not really happy with that. No, it's impossible. It's impossible. Is it? Like, I have to reach another charge move here real quick? Maybe. Maybe. Nah, the opponent just going to... yeah, the opponent just going to be able to get to a charge move here. This is not going to knock them out, which is just wild, honestly. But I would have needed to farm them down with my Samurai, but they're still going to get to a move. If I would have been able to get the farm down done, I might have still been able to win this game, but sadly the opponent was just not... yeah, was just too fast a little bit towards the charge move. If they went for the CMPT, I might have been able to win this game. But that's going to be it for this video. It should be a little bit shorter. Hopefully this is more enjoyable for you as well. It was a lot of fun. I'm most likely going to try to do the challenge again as soon as, like, at the end of the next season or whatever, because I feel like it has a lot of potential, maybe for the Auto League as well, but this is going to be it. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.